Alright, everyone, and welcome back to another one. We're continuing the case. Maybe this time we'll actually reach the conclusion. We are getting pretty deep, so I think we're finally getting somewhere right now. But let's see. Alright, so where did we leave off? Actually, we may need you to stay with us a little longer if you don't mind, Miss Brett. You see, it's very clearly visible in this other photograph. How did the victim come to have that unusually shaped burn on his wrist? The reason is recorded here forevermore. What? How?
Attention!
You can't fool me with your little bluffs, boy. If that's your game, then let's see how it plays out. Show the court exactly what you mean. I'll show you what I mean. Trust me. What is it in this photograph that explains the reason for the victim's burn? Maybe you could direct your attention over here to this little mark thingy on the plate.
Yes!
Yes! Steak. Actually, mine is the metal plate the steak was served on. Plate? Oh. Ah! Excellency, are you alright? As you can see, there's an emblem on the plate. I would guess it's some sort of trademark of La Carnival. Oh. This emblem on the plate. And the victim's burn are exactly the same shape. Yeah, got him. Oh, Inosuke, you genius. You're spot on. Which means the victim must have suffered this burn while he was present at the restaurant. Oh yeah, got him.
Attention!
Oh, come on. But even if that is the case, we can't know if it happened on the day in question or not. It could have been the day before, it could have been the day before that. It most likely happened at some other unrelated time. Right? Well,
Objection!
Sadly, Prosecutor Uchi, the chances of that are extremely slim. Thanks. Why? The outline of the burn is clearly discernible. Such a serious injury would have caused quite a commotion in the restaurant. Wouldn't you agree, Inspector Hasanoga? I can't imagine having missed such a terrible disaster, certainly. What? I would say, looking at the picture of the wound, that it wasn't suffered very long ago. And, although it's not a particularly large burn, it's extremely well defined, as the defense just pointed out. This was no mild burn, that's for sure. Can you be more specific, Inspector? Well, let's see. If the plate was at around 90 degrees centigrade, a burn like that would have taken around 3 seconds. It's inconceivable that the victim wouldn't have let out a scream of pain then. I have been investigating at the restaurant for several weeks already, but I've not heard anyone scream at all. As the head waiter of La Carnival, I can testify to that without hesitation. But you're a detective, not a waiter.
Yes!
Yes! Hey, he has his confidence up. There you have it, something isn't right here. As the detective said, anyone who burnt themselves on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds would scream in pain. There's no question of that. And yet Inspector Hasanoga never heard the professor scream, not on that day or any before. That's right, and the strange thing is, on the day he was shot, I didn't hear him cry out either. What are you suggesting? Well, if the professor had carelessly laid his wrist on the plate for anything like 3 seconds that day, that would be beyond careless, I think, counsel. Then the rest of us in the restaurant, myself, the sergeant, and the old antiques dealer, all of us would have, without any question, have heard him scream. Wouldn't you agree, Prosecutor Ritchie? Well, yes, I suppose. So the question is, why didn't a single person hear Dr. Wilson scream? Explanation marks all around. I almost don't believe it. Ionosuke, do you think? Can it really be true? I never dreamt we'd arrive at a conclusion like this, but I'm starting to think that maybe we've been led into a terrible trap. And there's only one explanation I can think of to make sense of this apparent impossibility. On the day in question, when he suffered the burn to his wrist, Dr. Wilson. Oh my goodness. Could it be? A man could remain silent while his wrist was burning on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds. That's clearly impossible. Apart from in one particular situation. Counsel, are you suggesting? Oh my goodness. Oh, what a twist. It's only possible if the man was already dead. Oh, no way. Already dead? Oh my goodness. Knowing what we know now, it's the only possible explanation. When the beefsteak was brought to Dr. Wilson's table that day, the professor was already dead. Oh my gosh, that's madness! Oh no way. Murder, please, killed to explain this absurd notion at once. The victim was killed by a gunshot? That's right, that's absolutely right, Your Excellency. This is just another ridiculous ploy by the rookie student, but clearly he has no grasp with the facts.
Objection!
No, Prosecutor Ritchie, it's you who has no grasp with the facts. I beg your pardon. As soon as it became apparent that the victim had suffered that burn while at the restaurant, this whole case was turned upside down. Or have you not grasped that yet? Your Excellency, the court must hear from this witness again. If it's true, as we now believe, that the victim was already dead before the gunshot was heard, it is highly likely that Miss Brett knows something about it. Incredible. I certainly didn't anticipate this twist of events. I'm sorry to say, Miss Brett. Oh yeah. The music's great. Oh man. Hey, you have to forget your luncheon engagement. Heck yeah. But Your Excellency. The justice system in our country may be in its infancy. But rest assured, all reasonable doubt must be dispelled before I am prepared to pass judgment. Thank you, Your Excellency. Oh, we got her. Oh boy. What was that smile? Yes, of course. I mean, I'd be delighted to help. What? Especially if it helps relations between my country and yours. What? Miss Brett, you speak Japanese? Some of his face is the best. Well, of course I do. I am studying in your country after all. But then, why have you been speaking through an interpreter until now? My mother tongue, which means English, is the most refined and elegant language in the world. As a gentleman, I try to avoid speaking in your vulgar tones as much as possible. But It seems the men in this land possess none of the chivalrous virtues of English gentlemen, so I can see that I shall have to lower myself to communicate with you all on your own level. Oh, well, you are the epitome of a true English gentlewoman. We are truly honored by this. That's the lavish consideration you so graciously afford us, dude. I see. In that case, Miss Brett, I will not ask you to testify in your own words about the events leading up to the death of the victim, Dr. Wilson. So, we're finally going to hear her own words on the matter. Things are getting interesting, Inosuke. There we go. Victim's death. Unfortunately, I have no idea when the poor man burnt his wrist like that. When the waiter brought my steak, the professor and I raised our glasses in a toast. As far as I've heard, the post-mortem report showed no other possible cause of death besides the gunshot. If there's some other way a man's life can been taken without leaving a trace, please do show me. But of course, this country's inferior investigative techniques probably wouldn't pick up on it anyway. Not underhanded confession, what? That most captivating and beautiful testimony will go down in the Supreme Court's history, thank you. That was something, right? Easy does it. I hope that is the last time I have to sully my lips with this coarse tones of your unbecoming tongue. Lady! Oh, forgive me. I do hope I haven't insulted anyone. Not at all, not at all. It's a delight merely to hear you speak, dear lady. And it seems very clear from your testimony that this boorish talk of the victim's burn is utterly irrelevant. I will be speaking to your country's Minister of Justice about what has happened here today. The Minister of Justice? May that irritating little bully of a student be given the harshest punishment possible. Thanks? Was that a prayer then? Well, we have to forgive the irritation, Miss Brett, and put up with the cross-examination now. I expect you've noticed that this little bully of a student, as you put it, doesn't miss much. Oh, let's get her, let's get her. I'm sure I don't need to remind you, Counsel, that this will be your final cross-examination in this trial. If you fail to demonstrate any problems with this witness's testimony, I will be ruling on the case immediately. Is that clear? Bye. Oh my gosh. That was beautiful. What the heck? Yes, Your Excellency. Then you may proceed with the cross-examination. Alright, time to press every statement, because that's just how we roll.
Yes!
Yes! I love how everything is yes. Presenting, pressing, it's all yes. Objecting. His hand was on the searing hot plate for at least 3 whole seconds. You can't not have noticed. Do you think so? Let me ask you something. Sorry. Ever since I arrived at this courtroom, and even still now, the fly in those unsightly black trousers of yours has been white. Oh. No. You can't not have noticed, can you? Huh? Ain't no way. What fun. I hadn't realized. Dear lady's absolutely right. As your friend, you've embarrassed me as well as yourself, Inosuke. No! Why didn't you tell me? Dr. Wilson was a true English gentleman. He chose honorable silence over a vulgar scream. Your tiny brains imagine such a thing. Oh, yes, and my tiny brain can.
Yes!
Yes. Well, I can't. Anyway. Oh, gosh.
Yes!
Yes. As you testified before, you were drinking carbonated water. Is that right? Dr. Wilson was only permitted to drink water at that time, if you remember. Which explains why he ordered that drink. Correct, waiter? Exactly as you say, sir. Although... Whether or not the professor actually drank any of the water when I delivered the steak to the table, I'm afraid I don't remember that. Damn you. Oh, I have enough English to understand, at least. But if I put this in the court, it means bless you. No, it doesn't. I think it means the exact opposite, yeah. Anyway. Oh, man.
Yes!
Yes, it's written here in the paperwork. Fatal hemorrhage from ballistic trauma. Yes. Luckily for all of us, a little burn on the wrist isn't going to kill us, as there was no other signs of trauma on the victim's body to indicate some other cause of death. It can only have been the bullet from your gun that put an end to his oh my goodness, to this innocent man's life. But it doesn't make sense. The burn must have happened straight away when the plate was first brought to the table by the waiter. Yes, that's true. If it had cooled even slightly, it wouldn't have been able to make a burn like that. And if the victim burnt his wrist in the hot plate as soon as it was brought out from the kitchen, then he must have already been dead at that point. Why must you speak? Yet the fact is that the victim was killed by a gunshot to the chest. And to be able to show the court evidence to disprove that, this is a complete waste of time. I concur. Prosecutor Ochi is right.
Yes!
Did she put something in his drink then? Without leaving a trace? If someone is shot, or strangled, or stabbed, or thrown from a height... Lady! However a person's life is taken, there are always telltale traces on the body. Right, dearly. And as our police forces thoroughly examined the body of the deceased, there can be no doubt. Isn't that right, Inspector Hashimoto? As I've said, I always aim for a flawless investigation. Do you now? There would be physical traces with all those causes of death, that's true. Maybe there's some other way of killing someone that doesn't leave a mark. If, heaven forbid, doubt me, young man, you're going to have to tell everyone how exactly the professor did lose his life. Otherwise, I'm afraid your argument falls rather flat, doesn't it? Oh no, perish the thought, calling such a sweet young lady's innocence into question. On my honor, I expect Tsushi Ayuchi will cut out any who dare cast such aspirations. A way of killing someone that leaves no trace. We need some evidence to back us up here. Yes, evidence. Before I press this last one. What was the class?
Yes!
I can think of it as. Yeah. This music is so good. Inferior? What do you mean by that? In the lands of the Great British Empire, the police store everything found at a crime scene for later examination. But in this country, you investigate once and that's the end of it. Isn't that so? Oh, really? It's kinda stupid. Quite right. The carnival is open for business as usual today, just days after the incident. Exactly. Means that even if the investigation takes a different direction,
Wait!
vital evidence may be lost. Oh? Doesn't even occur to you, what? Doesn't even occur to you now you need detectives to try to preserve the crime scene. I'm trying to be as tactful about this as I can, understand? Killer blow the lady, the formidable, she is beautiful. Amazing. It's actually many our police may be flawed. Perhaps Prosecutor Ochi is finally starting to see sense. I very much doubt that. Still, there's something about what Miss Brett just said. There was a moment before when something didn't seem quite right. What do you think, Reynosuke? I think it's going terribly. No matter how much I press her, I'm not turning up any new information. Yes, as I suspected, she's a tough witness. We need to find a way to break her testimony, or the cross-examination will be over. But that would mean I have to find a way. There must be some clue somewhere to help us find a chink in her armor. Kazuma. What, Ryunosuke? There is one thing I noticed, something that's been bothering me. Bothering you? You mean about Miss Brett? Actually, no. About the person standing next to her, Inspector Hasano. The detective? Yes, he seemed to react a little strangely to Miss Brett's last statement. I was wondering if it might be significant, if it might present an opening, maybe. Alright, I have an idea. Try pressing her on that last statement one more time. I think so, but this time, instead of targeting the woman herself, let's see what we can get out of the detective. Alright then. I wonder what Kazuma's thinking. I'll find out soon enough, I suppose, once I press Miss Brett on her last statement again. Oh, interesting. Yes. Okay, skip that, skip that, skip this one. Okay. Awesome. Confirm that. Okay, with this one already.
Wait.
Yeah. Yes, there it is again. The detective's reaction is just the same as before. Why? Until now, the detective has been in the stand with Miss Brett as her interpreter. But things are very different now. For this testimony, the detective is just listening to what the Englishwoman has to say. This could be a golden opportunity. What do you mean? When people are actually testifying, they're usually very careful not to let anything slip. Yeah, let this thing. However, when they're listening to someone else speak, you'll find they often let their guard down. You're right. Look at him. He's lost in his own thoughts. It's time to pursue the man and his train of thought. Sorry, pursue? I'll explain how to do it now, Ryunosuke. It's all to do with the witness's marker. What marker? At the moment, we're focused on Miss Brett, who is the person actually making the current statement. Oh, that's so cool. What the heck? But by moving the marker left and right, yeah, okay, you can turn your attention to other people in the stand. While you're looking at other witnesses, you'll be able to pursue them with A. If you catch the person at just the right time, you might uncover some new information to pursue. If you ever notice a strange atmosphere amongst the people on the stand, take a good look around. Alright then, so first I should move the marker across and focus on the detective. Then pursue him and see what's on his mind. Here we go.
Wait.
That's so cool. Alright.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Yeah, what the? What's the meaning of this? Oh, poor guy. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to shock you. He really was lost in his thoughts deeply. It looked like you were thinking something just now, Inspector. Perhaps having heard what the lady next to you had to say. If there's something you'd like to say, please, share it with the court. What is the meaning of this? Oh yeah. It's that delightful Englishwoman who's testifying at the moment. If you can't find fault with her testimony, then the cross-examination should be over immediately. Oh, is that how it works? Absolutely not. Hmm? Yes, the detective is in the stand, which makes him a valid witness. Oh, yes, not to mention the fact that he's intimately involved in the case. Inspector Hasanoka. Yes. Do you have something to add in relation to the statement just made by Miss Brett? Well, yes. If you don't mind, I would like to speak. Oh, what's happening? The lady is right. Our country's police practices are not as modern as those used in Great Britain. Which is why, Satoru Hasanoka, always strive to make every investigation I'm involved in flawless. What do you really mean by that? I'll tell you what I mean. I won't have evidence lacking on my watch. I'm not afraid to take everything I can from the scene of the crime. It's preserving evidence, you see? I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief. I love this guy. Oh my gosh. I'm not ashamed of what I've done. Please see a doctor. Oh my gosh. Crime scene thief. Well, it looks like the lady's remarks touched a nerve there. Take this, for example. Oh. Is that... This is the bottle of carbonated water that I took to the victim's table on the day in question. And yes, it's lost all of its fizz, having been opened 3 days ago now. But it was carbonated water. I don't care what anyone says. Yes, there's some left in the bottle. I can see it. One day our police force will be among the best in the world. The time is coming. I guarantee it. Oh, boy. This guy... I can't say I condone the witness's actions, but I do understand the sentiment. The court will accept the glass bottle of water as evidence. Yay! She must have poisoned him, and it must be in the water. Miss Brent. Can you confirm this is indeed the bottle from which he drank on the day of the victim's death? Yes, it was that bottle. What's that about? She seemed to avert her eyes when she answered the judge's question. Very well, counsel, you may resume the cross-examination. And the inspector will kindly control his fervor. Alright, should we investigate it first? What happens if I try to inspect it? Hold on. Let's inspect the bottle. The label is written in a foreign language that I don't recognize. Do you know what it says, Cosmo? I think it's French. This must be very expensive water. Yes, but what does it say? That's what I was asking. And go to France and... Come on, really? You could just say that you don't know. That was good. That was really good. Wait. This carbonated water is the last drink Dr. Wilson ever had. Looks like there's a little left in the bottle, and it's just plain water now. You know, I've been sweating so much, I'm absolutely parched. I'll just have a sip of this to keep me going. No, Ryunosuke, you can't do that. For one thing, that's evidence. You can't go drinking evidence. Oh no, you're right. We don't know what might be inside, do we? You never cease to amaze me, Ryunosuke, in more ways than one. I wonder, if there be anything in this water? It's the night. We've gone quiet all of a sudden. I think I might have just worked something out. An interesting possibility. Alright, now let's see if we present this. Oh, sorry. Let's see if this will work.
Yes!
Yes! What is this? The bottle of water? Actually, there's one method of killing a man without leaving a trace that comes to mind. Ooh. Obviously, I'm referring to poison. Poison? On the day of his death, we know that Dr. Wilson drank from this bottle of carbonated water. Could it be there was poison inside? Oh my goodness. Could it be that the professor actually died after taking a sip from his glass? Order. And on that day, was I sitting at... It really ruins it when I can't say it properly. And on that day, who was sitting at the same table as the professor and able to slip the poison into his drink? There's only one person who could possibly have done it. Giselle Barrett, it was you. Oh boy, things are getting intense. Oh, this seems like an awesome place to stop for now. Cliffhangers are the best. Alright, guys. We'll have to see if it was truly poison or not next time. But honestly, I've called it from the start. I'm pretty sure it was poison. I said it myself. Alright, looks like next time we might actually be near the end of this case, or actually at the end of this case. I'm excited. Can't wait to see what the true story is. Alright, well, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you're having an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.